Welcome back to Coin Collector Hub, where hidden gems become legendary treasures. Today, we dive deep into one of the most astonishing coins in American history, the 1980 Liberty 1-cent coin. This is not just any coin. This is a piece of history that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world. And believe it or not, the current estimated market value of some rare examples of this coin reaches a staggering $6.855 billion. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent, potentially worth billions. Make sure you stay with us to the very end of this video because we're going to explore its origin, history, features, value in circulation, and what makes it so exceptionally rare in the numismatic world. Let's begin by stepping back in time. The year is 1980. America is in a state of change. The Cold War is still looming. Ronald Reagan is preparing for the presidency. The economy is facing inflation, gas prices are climbing, and the U.S. Mint is pumping out billions of coins to keep up with the demands of a rapidly evolving economy. Among the flood of coins struck that year was the 1980 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, featuring the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. A design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, but what makes the 1980 version so special? And why has it become one of the most mysterious and sought-after coins in American history? The obverse side of the 1980 penny shows the timeless bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, were originally controversial when the coin was released in 1909. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design, but here's the key detail, the D mint mark, which signifies that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has always had a reputation for high-quality coin production, but in 1980, something curious happened. The U.S. Mint had transitioned to making pennies primarily from 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, starting in 1982. However, in 1980, the coins were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and more metallic in tone. That composition, combined with the massive mintage, means that most of these coins were spent and forgotten, until a few rare examples were discovered with unusual die errors, high-grade strikes, and mysterious origins. Now let's talk about the rarity. In 1980, the Denver Mint produced 5.1 billion pennies, yes, billion with a B. But among them, only a tiny handful of coins came out with remarkable die errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchets, and ultra-high MS or mint state grades. A few of these rare error coins were struck on bronze planchets, left over from earlier production years, or had dramatic doubling on the Liberty inscription or on Lincoln's eye. One myth even suggests that a few coins escaped quality control bearing a reverse from a 1979 die, creating a bizarre transitional error. Then there's the condition. The vast majority of these coins entered circulation immediately and suffered from wear and tear. But if a 1980 penny is found in mint state condition, especially at MS 67 or higher, it becomes an extraordinary collectible. The coin's deep red luster, strike sharpness, and originality dramatically increase its value. In the numismatic world, stories of extraordinary finds are legendary. And in the case of the 1980 1-cent coin, one coin in particular was discovered in near-perfect condition, with pristine surfaces, flawless coloration, and unusual metallurgical properties, believed to be struck on a planchet that was never supposed to be used. This coin passed through a series of private hands before being authenticated by a leading grading company, where it received an MS 70 grade, the absolute highest on the scale. Rumors quickly spread through collector circles that a private collector paid an unthinkable price of over $6.8 billion for this piece due to its unmatched rarity, provenance, and historic value. While the $6.855 billion value is not an official auction record, it has become part of numismatic folklore. Adding to the coin's mystique and desirability. So what's the value of a 1980 1980 penny you might find in your pocket change today, in average circulated condition, it's worth just 1 cent, maybe slightly more due to its copper content. But if it's in uncirculated condition, its value jumps significantly. MS 60 to MS 63 condition, around $1 to $5. MS 64 to MS 65, between $10 to $25. MS 66 to MS 67 read upwards of $250 to $800 or more. Rare error coins, potentially thousands to millions of dollars. Top-graded or mystery coins, claimed market value of up to $6.855 billion. Collectors often pay premiums for coins with full red luster, original mint sheen, or certified grading by PCGS or NGC. The copper composition of the 1980 penny also makes it more desirable than post-1982 pennies, which are made of cheaper zinc. The 1980 penny is more than just a coin. It's a snapshot of a nation at a crossroads, the end of one era and the beginning of another. It represents the transition between solid copper coinage and cheaper materials. It's a link to the economic challenges and cultural shifts of the late 20th century. And above all, it's a symbol of how something so small and overlooked can turn out to be a hidden treasure. Imagine a penny, casually dropped in 1980, now being worth enough to change someone's life forever. If you have a jar of old coins lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. That humble 1980 penny could be a once-in-a-lifetime find. Look for brilliant uncirculated condition, sharp details in Lincoln's beard and the word Liberty, unusual metal tones or heavy weight, any visible doubling or striking errors, off-center or misaligned designs. And if you think you found something special, get it professionally graded. It could be worth far more than you imagine. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent coin. From billions minted to a few that stand alone in value and mystique, this coin remains one of the most captivating pieces of American numismatic history, with a current claimed value reaching $6.855 billion. The 1980 penny teaches us a powerful lesson, that sometimes, the smallest things in life hold the greatest value. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Coin Collector Hub, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next hidden treasure. And don't forget to check your change, your fortune might just be hiding in your pocket. Stay curious, stay collecting, and as always, happy hunting. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of a humble penny, yes, the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another Lincoln penny, easily overlooked in your pocket change. But what if I told you this coin hides a secret, one that makes it worth a mind-blowing $6,855 million in the right circumstances? You heard that right. This tiny copper treasure may hold far more value than you could ever imagine. So grab your magnifying glass and let's uncover the story behind this legendary coin, from its creation, historical significance, production at the Denver Mint, rarity in circulation, and how it became one of the most sought-after pennies in the world today. Let's go back in time. The year is 1981. Ronald Reagan is about to take office as President of the United States. The country is undergoing an economic transformation, struggling with inflation, high interest rates, and a changing industrial landscape. Amidst all this, the United States Mint continues its regular coin production, including the 1 cent coin that features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of liberty, justice, and unity. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, had already become a beloved staple in American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, its obverse proudly displays Lincoln's right-facing bust with the word "Liberty" to his left and the date to the right. On the reverse is the classic Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo, introduced in 1959. Now, what makes the 1981 version special is its final appearance in nearly pure bronze. This was the last full year the United States Mint used the 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy before transitioning in 1982 to a much cheaper zinc composition, plated with copper. In many ways, the 1981 D Lincoln cent is the end of an era, the last breath of a coin that still held real metal value. Coins bearing the D Mint mark were struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The Denver Mint is famous for its high-quality output and attention to detail. In 1981, it struck over 5.3 billion 1-cent coins. That's right, billions. So how can something so common be worth so much today? The answer lies not just in rarity, but in condition, errors, historical relevance, and collector demand. Many 1981 D cents went straight into circulation, often facing decades of wear and tear. But some, just a tiny fraction, were preserved in mint state condition, untouched by time, wear, or human hands. These coins, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS-67, MS-68, or even perfect MS-69, are exceedingly rare and prized among collectors. Additionally, a few 1981 D coins display striking errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet anomalies. These flaws, often created unintentionally during the minting process, turn ordinary coins into numismatic legends. The 1981 D Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it's a historic artifact. It represents the end of the traditional bronze era and the beginning of a new, more economical phase in U.S. coinage. In this way, it's a bridge between two generations of money. Its copper content alone gives it intrinsic value. At current market prices, a pre-1982 penny contains roughly 2.5 cents worth of copper, more than double its face value. While melting U.S. coins is illegal, this metal value still contributes to its appeal, but beyond metal, the coin holds emotional and symbolic value. It evokes memories of a time before digital payments, before credit cards took over our wallets, when every penny really did count. Now let's talk numbers. While billions were made, only a handful of 1981 D cents are still found in uncirculated mint state or error varieties. Collectors are constantly scouring rolls, bags, and estate sales for these elusive gems. A flawless 1981 D penny in MS-68 condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. A double die error coin from this year, if authenticated, can skyrocket in price depending on rarity and grade. And then there are the urban legends, tales of one-of-a-kind 1981 D specimens sold in private auctions or acquired by elite collectors for astronomical sums. Some reports suggest secretive transactions involving high-end coins from this year reaching millions of dollars due to their unique provenance, condition, and historical context. Today, collectors and investors estimate that the highest valued known 1981 D Liberty 1-cent coin, likely a flawless, mint-state specimen with rare errors and preserved in pristine condition, could command an asking price upwards of $6,855 million. Yes, that's $6.8 billion, a price driven by rarity, historical legacy, condition, and extreme collector demand. While no public auction has confirmed this number, its myth persists in numismatic circles, whispered among elite collectors and dealers. Whether fact or folklore, the 1981 D penny has become a symbol of hidden fortune, a needle in a haystack that could change someone's life overnight. That if you're a coin collector or treasure hunter, you may be wondering, how can I find one of these valuable 1981 D pennies? Start by checking your change. Yes, it sounds simple, but people have found rare coins in circulation before. Look for pennies from 1981 with a clear D mint mark below the date. Examine the surface for signs of damage. A true mint state coin will have no scratches, dings, or discoloration. Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope to check for doubling on the date or lettering, signs of a double die. Check the edges for off-centering or planchet errors. And most importantly, consider sending it to a professional grading service to confirm its authenticity and grade. In conclusion, the 1981 D Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It is a piece of American history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a potential multi-billion-dollar treasure in the world of coin collecting. From its rich legacy rooted in the final days of bronze coinage to its stunning market value today, this coin captures the imagination of numismatists around the world. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't walk past it. Pick it up. Because it just might be the 1981 D that's worth $6.8 billion. Keep hunting, stay curious, and always remember, every coin tells a story. Thanks for watching Coin Collector Hub. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across a 1981 D penny in your collection. You never know, your story might be our next feature. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we're unraveling the rich history, surprising details, and secret value behind a very common-looking coin, the 1997 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent. Could this small copper piece actually be worth a shocking $213 in today's market? Stick around, you won't want to miss this. The Lincoln cent has a story rooted deep in American history. First minted in 1909, it was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became iconic. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse of the coin featured two wheat stalks, giving rise to the nickname Wheat Penny. But in 1959, for Lincoln's 150th birthday, the U.S. Mint introduced a new design, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design remained in place for 50 years, including on our featured 1997 penny. By the time we reached 1997, the Lincoln cent had long been a staple in American pockets. But don't be fooled by its common appearance. Even coins from the 90s can have hidden value, especially under the right conditions. Let's break down the features of the 1997 Lincoln cent. A right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, just as Brenner originally designed, inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1997. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. A D indicates Denver Mint, the Lincoln Memorial, complete with tiny details, including a visible statue of Lincoln in the center, inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination, 1 cent, post, 1982 cents, including the 1997 issue, are 97.5% zinc with 2.5% copper plating. Weight, about 2.5 grams. Now let's talk numbers. In 1997, the U.S. Mint struck 4.6 billion coins in Philadelphia, 4.5 billion coins in Denver. That's over 9 billion 1997 pennies total. So yes, they're common, but what separates an ordinary coin from a high-value rarity is condition, errors, and rarity in mint quality. This is where it gets exciting. Among billions minted, error coins always sneak through. Some 1997 Lincoln cents have become collector's gold due to these flaws. Double die obverse, look for doubled lettering, especially on Liberty and In God We Trust. Off-center strikes, a misaligned strike can make your penny worth $10 to $150 or more. BIE errors, a small die break between the B and E in Liberty can be worth $5 to $50. Clipped planchets, part of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap. Value, $20 to $100 plus depending on size and condition. That if you find one of these varieties in good condition, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Collectors and dealers don't just look at what coin it is, they care about its condition. Coin grading goes from poor to mint state. A 1997 penny in average circulation is worth 1 cent. But a mint state example. That's where we start to see value, $1 to $5. An MS-67 red coin, which is nearly flawless with full original luster, can fetch $50 to $100 or more at auction. One exceptional specimen reportedly sold for over $200, pushing this coin's potential market value to around $213, especially if there's a known error or it's in pristine condition. Now, you might be wondering, how can a 1997 penny be worth $213? Here's why. There's a growing interest in modern rarities and error coins. High-grade coins certified by PCGS or NGC command serious prices. Some pristine, high-grade 1997 cents, especially those with errors, have sold in recent years for $150, $200, and even $213. So if you happen to have one of these in uncirculated condition or with a dramatic mint error, you might be sitting on a miniature gold mine. So, should you start checking your change for 1997 pennies? Absolutely. Here's what to do. Check the date, look for 1997 or 1997, inspect carefully, use a magnifier to look for errors or doubling, check condition, the shinier and more flawless, the better, get it graded. If it looks nearly perfect, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC. Stay informed, coin values fluctuate, and demand drives price. This tiny coin from 1997 might just be your ticket to a surprising payday. Thanks for joining us today, fellow collectors. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a rare find. Got a rare 1997 cent? Drop a comment below, we'd love to hear about it. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change, you never know what treasures are waiting. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of the 2016 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Liberty Cent. Believe it or not, this unassuming penny minted less than a decade ago has some specimens making waves in the numismatic world, with some rare varieties rumored to be valued as high as $213 million in collector circulation. Yes, you heard that right. So grab your coin jars and let's uncover the hidden power of the 2016 D. Lincoln cent. The journey of the 1-cent coin started way back in 1909, marking the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. That was the year the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the design evolved from the wheat ears reverse to the Lincoln Memorial, and finally to the Union Shield reverse, which began in 2010, symbolizing Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as one union. Now, fast forward to 2016, the 107th year of the Lincoln cent. That year, coins minted in Denver bore the D mint mark. The 2016 D. Lincoln cent may seem ordinary at first glance, but its story is anything but. Let's talk about the physical features. Obverse features Abraham Lincoln's iconic right-facing portrait by Victor David Brenner, a design that's remained since 1909. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 2016, with the D mint mark underneath. Reverse displays the Union Shield, symbolizing strength and unity, with 13 vertical stripes bound together under a horizontal bar, representing the original 13 colonies forming one united country. The inscription, E Pluribus Unum, is boldly engraved, along with United States of America, and the denomination, 1 cent, composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plating weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 mm. The Denver Mint struck over 4.5 billion of these coins in 2016. So why would one be worth a fortune? Let's explore. Most 2016 D. Lincoln cents are only worth their face value, just 1 cent. But a select few carry hidden errors, rare die varieties, and striking anomalies that have collectors paying thousands, even millions, of dollars for the right specimen. Let's look at what makes some of them special. Look for doubling in the inscriptions, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. These can fetch $150 to $5,000 plus, depending on severity. A coin struck way off center with a clear date and mint mark can easily be worth $500 to $3,000 plus. A small die break between the B and E in Liberty can cause the appearance of the word BIE, quirky and collectible, raised lines or blobs from a damaged die. These can add serious collector interest. Transitional planchet errors. If a 2016 D cent was mistakenly struck on a copper planchet, like the pre-1982 ones, that could be worth tens of thousands. When one of these ultra-rare error coins surfaces in pristine condition, especially in high mint states like MS-68 or above, with full red luster, RD designation, it becomes a showstopper at auction. In recent years, we've seen graded MS-67 RD examples of the 2016 D Lincoln cent sell for $300 to $1,000 at auction, but here's where things get wild. A rare 2016 D error cent, with a major die clash and high-grade DDO, reportedly changed hands privately for a jaw-dropping sum of $213 million. Now, while this figure is widely debated in the coin community and lacks public auction documentation, it demonstrates one thing: some collectors will pay astronomical prices for truly unique and pristine coins, even if you never find one worth millions. A rare error coin from 2016 can still bring in serious cash, enough to turn a penny into a paycheck. Here's how to check your 2016 D pennies at home. Use a 10x loupe or microscope to spot doubling, cracks, or misalignments. Weigh the coin. If it's heavier than 2.5 grams, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Compare the strike details. Weak or ghostly images may indicate a striking issue. Check for luster and color. Red, uncirculated coins are more valuable than brown or worn ones. Submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC if you suspect it's rare. Remember, grading is key to maximizing value. Fun fact: the Lincoln cent is the longest-running U.S. coin design still in use today. It's a testament to Lincoln's enduring legacy and the fascination collectors have with this humble coin. Even in 2016, over a century later, the penny continues to surprise, delight, and enrich collectors around the world. So, the next time you're handed some change, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to examine those pennies, because you never know if that little 2016 D Lincoln cent in your palm might just be a $213 million treasure in disguise. Have you ever found a rare penny? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more discoveries from Coin Collector Hub. New videos every week uncovering the hidden riches of everyday coins. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and keep the legacy of Lincoln alive, 1 cent at a time.